Good morning. Welcome to the Gardens and Graveyards channel. My name is Charisma, and today we are in the garden. There's a lot of construction going around in my neighborhood. Both sides of me, my neighbors are doing construction today. So this video, I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. Basically, I'm going to clean up the medicine beds or the herb beds, which you've seen me do many times before. So I'm just going to get it done, and then we'll go over what I did afterwards. And I'm going to transplant the cuttings that I did a couple of months ago. I'll link that video below so you can see what I did. But it's time to get them out of the perlite and the sand and into some soil for the winter. They'll be a lot more protected, even in a plastic container with soil, opposed to sand or perlite. I already have a bunch of containers already filled with potting soil, so they're ready to roll. And then all we're going to do is remove these little plants that were cuttings from herbs earlier this year. You could see that they're rooted in. They are established, but I could gently pull them out and you could see there's roots. So we have purple sage, golden oregano. This is what happens when you don't have good. Now this is lemon balm. Let's see what happens with not good garden pens. And then this is variegated lemon thyme. Over here I have artemisia and pineapple sage. I will put my rose that survived, and you could see this one did not. You could see this cutting did not survive, but this one did. And so I'll put that one in some soil. I'll put these hydrangea cuttings in soil. And I've got some edgeworthia there's a couple that still look like maybe they will survive. And then I don't think my eucalyptus worked. I don't think they dried beautifully, but I don't think that there's any live roots, but we'll see. And then I've got some that's already in soil. It just needs to be watered. And then I have some heuchera that needs to be put in soil. So, and everything else is already in soil, so I don't need to worry about those so much. This all empty. I think I'm going to go ahead and reuse it and make a few more of this artemisia cuttings since I have so much. Well, the battery shut down while I was finishing up and cleaning my little transplanting project. Construction's still going on. I'll turn the camera around, show you what I did, and then we'll get to cleaning up the medicine garden. So I've put my table away and everything already. All I did is I moved my sumacs that I recently dug out of the ground and put them here. When you gather your pots up for winter and you put them right up against each other like this, but basically this is how you can protect your potted plants, your black container nursery pot plants for the winter. If they're right up snug around each other, they sort of insulate each other and protect each other for winter. So that's what I did there. I've got a grouping of comfrey, mint, and hydrangea, some shrub roses, and then the sumacs are here. And then up on this little pallet table that Spencer built me, we transplanted the pineapple sage, the purple sage, Edgeworthia, variegated lemon thyme, golden oregano, artemisia, and lemon balm. My lemon balm was not so successful, only 2 teeny tiny plants. So we'll see how that goes. I put Gretchen's roses in soil. I did some more cuttings of artemisia and put them in sand. I didn't use root tone or anything like that on them. It's just like, I couldn't resist making a few more cuttings. And then I put the heuchera in soil, and there's another hydrangea back there. And that was it, really. So I've got my little mess to take upstairs, and then we're gonna clean this up. You could see I have tons of artemisia still. I think I'm gonna grab a bag and throw a bunch of cuttings in there to dry. The rest of everything else I'm just gonna cut down and get rid of. I have jars and jars of dried herbs I don't need anymore. And we talked about this before, but the golden oregano right there is gonna get dug up and taken out because there's too many weeds. There's bindweed all growing through there, so I don't like to use it for medicine or anything, really. So I want to dig it out of there and really get that area cleaned. The purple sage just needs to be cut down. Comfrey will be cut down. I'm going to protect my licorice plant a little bit. The lemon thyme won't need to have any winterization. It's perfectly fine like that. Same with the elfin thyme. And what else is in here? There's another kind of dwarf. Is it a thyme? I can't remember. Anyways, the 2 herbs in here, nothing's going to happen there. Clean up a little bit of the chives. They're definitely done for the season. Cut back the oregano. Remove any flower stalks that are no longer serving us. And then you could clearly see all the nasturtium needs to be pulled, and the verbena as well. So we're going to get this all cleaned up and call it a day. Well, everything is cleaned out and cut down and removed that needs to be. There's a little bit of detail weeding still. There's a lot of clover in my succulent waterfall thing right there, but mostly it's looking good, feels good. This middle bed pretty much just gets empty in the winter, which is kind of funny. We have chives, garlic chives, and yarrow in there, and they all get cut down this time of year. The dwarf oregano will be an evergreen for me. I cut back a bunch of crocosmia, but I left some because that hillside's trying to erode. So I keep hoping my smoke bush up there will get big enough to hold that hill sooner than later, hopefully. And then I cleaned up underneath the porch, got rid of all the crocosmia in there, and a euphorbia, and all of the nasturtium, obviously. And then, you know, this is all nice and tidy and ready for winter. Of course, we still have pineapple sage, and it's still blooming. And I have hummingbirds on there every morning. So until that gets, you know, all brown-leaved and gross, I'm gonna leave it there. And then it'll just get cut down to the ground, and it'll come back next summer. So basically I just cut everything back. I left some foliage on the Artemisia. She'll flush out and give me some winter interest. I dug up a lot of that oregano, but there was still some in the back, and I don't experience any bindweed there, so we'll see if it flushes out or not. Cut back the sage, cut back the comfrey. I was pleasantly surprised to see that our little baby echinacea actually has a little bit of a seed head on it. It's sweet. I did not cover my licorice plant yet because we're gonna still be in dry, warmish, 50-ish degree weather for the next week or so. But I'll probably put some sort of cloth over it to protect it on the really cold nights. Didn't really do anything with the lemon thyme, the Corsica mint, and elfin thyme. Didn't have to do anything there. I just kind of raked it out, weeded it. Sorry about the shadows. It's high noon. So once again, thank you so much for gardening with us and hanging out with me while I cut down the medicine garden and did some transplanting. This is it for fall tasks. We're done. I'm gonna do a garden tour later this afternoon, and you'll see that in a video pretty soon. And then we will be into December and going, I mean, it's only the middle, it's like the 20th right now, of November. But by the time you see this, we'll have just finished Thanksgiving, and then going into the winter months, the winter holidays, and I'm really excited about some fun, crafty things to do inside with plants, of course, but I'm excited to bring that to this channel and into my life, because this is the time of year where I get really, I get to be creative in other ways outside of the garden. So that will be fun, and that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some inspiration, and I hope you keep celebrating life.